Scott Hunter here, sitting down with the Smash Wrestling champion Kevin Bennett as we take a look back on one of his classic matches here in Smash Wrestling, where he went one-on-one with Jay White. Kevin, what's going on, man?
What's up, man? I just got to put on this long sleeve so I can rep my team.
Auckland, New Zealand, weighing in at
Go Bills.
Damn straight.
pounds
What's up?
Oh, just trying to keep busy. Hopefully you are too.
Yeah, I've been pretty busy. I've been watching your videos on Facebook, and they're really funny.
Oh, thanks, man. They've been keeping me busy, and I'm hoping to keep smiles on people's faces through all this crazy stuff. You put on a football sweater, so I'd be remiss if I didn't ask your opinions on it. What do you think about Tom Brady going to Tampa?
Yeah, that's some craziness, man. I don't even know what to think about it. And then you got Gronkowski, going over there too. So I don't know. It's crazy. I just hope that the Bills do their thing. That's all I really care about.
Well, we're here today reviewing your match where you went one-on-one with Jay White. Had you worked with Jay White before this match?
Nope. First time at this show, actually.
So he's on excursion at this point. This is before he really blew up into the Switchblade character over in Japan with the Bullet Club and everything. But you're coming out here. You've got Big Tank and the Muscle throwing some cameos in there with you. So this match took place before you became the Smash Wrestling champion. But this is one of those matches that really kind of put you on the map in terms of being part of the main event scene here in Smash Wrestling.
Oh yeah, I remember this. I remember this day very clearly.
What do you remember about it?
Well, the match overall, I just remember intensity. Like, honestly, it was probably one of the most intense, aggressive matches that I've ever been a part of. And, I don't know, just the whole vibe around this whole day, definitely, I felt myself kind of level up almost after this match. But yeah, man, like I said, as far as the match goes, the intensity, the aggressiveness, it was insane, man. It was like something I've never really experienced from a guy like Jay White. And, it was really cool to be a part of.
Well, and you just mentioned the fact that you could almost feel yourself level up after a match like this, and I think that's very much a vibe that the fans got out of this match as well, and even me on commentary could see, like, almost throughout the match, you can just see something click within you. And did you get that sense as well, that things just started to click during this match?
100%, yeah. I feel like me as a wrestler, I feel like I can adapt very well, no matter just what situation I'm put in. Because obviously, we're two completely different people. He's from New Zealand, right?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, I mean, he's, trained in Japan. His experience level is just obviously so much different than mine. It's we're just totally two different people. But yeah, it was the chemistry was there and everything. And I just felt like, I didn't feel out of place. Obviously I was really nervous. This is, the dude, scary good wrestler and whatnot. But it's I just have that. I just really feel that I have that, adaptability, which is, really cool. I just feel like if you just a situation, then I can just kind of show out no matter what it is.
Well, and I think that it's always a big deal when a promotion brings in a quote unquote name to go against some of their core roster guys, and I think this. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but I think this is one of the first real names that we brought in to put up against you.
Exactly. Yeah. So when I saw the advertisement, I was like, and then that gives me that feeling that the Smash Wrestling obviously trusts me, to go head to head with some guy like this. Obviously believes in me and show out and do my thing. That really makes me feel good as a wrestler. Makes me feel like I'm doing something right.
Well, and yeah, I think it's a testament to you as well, where someone who's been voted by the fans as the most hated for 4 years running now. But that's almost a compliment to you, because it means you're doing your job. It means you're doing things right. And when you essentially forced the hand, made yourself the top heel in the promotion. It's hard not to give you opportunities like a Jay White.
Right. I would be offended if I didn't make the most hated wrestler of the year every year.
I know that Seb is definitely pissed every year when you win it again, because it's a spot that he's trying to take from you. But yeah, you own that, man.
Yeah, I have to own it.
What would it do to you if you walked into a building and the fans cheered you instead?
Wait, repeat that one more time.
I said, how would it make you feel if you walked into a building and the fans cheered you instead?
I mean, that feels good too. You know, like. I mean, I've been cheered in Smash Wrestling as well. I mean, not the entire crowd, you know, but like a portion. I've heard it before. I still eat it up regardless, you know.
And you're out here. Well, it definitely helps with the image and the character when you've got guys on the outside in your corner like Big Tank and the Muscle there. And this is I miss the days with you and Tank and Muscle, because that was kind of the first and the early iteration of this Kevin Bennett character. So talk to me about how that all kind of came into play.
So yeah, I mean, that was honestly just 100% natural, because, you know, me and Tank have been friends since 7th grade, you know, and I remember he was one of the first people that I was actually talking wrestling with when I met him in middle school. I think our lockers were next to each other, and I don't know how we ended up getting into the conversation that we liked wrestling, but I remember he burnt me a CD with a bunch of wrestling themes on it, and he even threw on like a Metallica song. I think it was like track 5, but it was the Tank body theme. So like, I knew that he was a big wrestling fan. You know, we've been friends ever since, hanging out all the time, and you know, it just kind of made sense in a way that you know, he's my security guard in Smash Wrestling. It was almost like he was my security guard in real life, because we would hang out all the time. You know, he's 335 pounds. We'd go everywhere together. You know, it almost looked like that. You know, we got the white rapper Kevin Bennett walking around with this huge behemoth of a guy that looks like he's a bouncer at every bar in Buffalo. And yeah, he ended up, you know, training, and, you know, before you know it, he comes with me to Smash Wrestling, and we have this awesome chemistry on camera, like in promos, live on the shows during the matches. Like, it was one of the best things ever to do this with my best friend, you know.
Well, and I think that's kind of what made the group work, is that you kind of already had that chemistry built in with Big Tank, where he's kind of your guy that you're bringing in, and then the Muscle was kind of Smash Wrestling's guy that was placed into the group as well, and just the whole thing just kind of seemed to really click, and it was making you kind of the focal point as the leader of this group, which helped you stand out in a match like this.
And that was another thing about Muscle, you know, like when we were told that we were going to have another guy in the group that we didn't know. It was just this kid that, you know, I think Seb said that he met him at the gym. You know, some kid that obviously wanted to be a wrestler and train. And, you know, when he decided that he wanted to throw him in the group, me and Tank were a little, I don't know, I guess just curious how that was going to go, because we didn't really know who he was. But, you know, obviously we gave it a shot. And like when Seb told me that there was going to be like another guy in the group, I kind of like visually pictured it would be like another Tank body, you know, like just kind of like a symmetrical group here, you know, like me, and then like big 300-pound security guard guy, and then, you know, another you know, big bouncer looking dude. But yeah, it was like this in shape you know, player like hot shot type of dude, and for some reason it just worked, and not even just in wrestling, but like the chemistry that we had just personally, just as real people, really was something. We really clicked, and, you know, became really good friends doing that. And that's why I really honestly because we really had a good thing going on, just not, wrestling wise, but, personally, friendship wise, it was really cool.
Well, and that helps too, because I think if there's the chemistry outside of the ring, it helps build that chemistry inside the ring. And so again, it leads you to this big opportunity coming into this match, into this night, going one-on-one with Jay White. Now, in terms of an opponent for you, in terms of styles, how do you think your style meshes well with someone like a Jay White?
See, I've kind of thought about that a lot. Is that my style of wrestling? I feel like I can have a match with anybody. I don't know what it is about me. I guess it just like my moveset, the way I don't know what it is, man. But it's for some reason because like if you ever just think about weird matchups. I don't know like what example I could really give you, but it's just like you don't really know how that match would go, kind of thing. Like I don't know if I'd ever really want to see that match. It'd be a really weird match. I feel like I wouldn't have that problem. I feel like you could literally throw me in with anybody, and we could do something cool with it.
And I agree with you there. We just filmed one of these with Tyson Dukes, and we briefly talked about Bobby Lashley versus Mike Bailey. And that's kind of an example of what you were just talking about, where you hear it and you're like, I don't know how that's going to go. And then it happens, and it's crazy how well it worked, because sometimes just opposite styles attract very well. But I think you're right. I think you have a very adaptable style where you don't look out of place with anybody. And I think that this match here is one that opened a lot of eyes on Smash Wrestling's management team as well, because it kind of opened our eyes to the fact that you literally can go in there with anybody and not look out of place, which has led to more opportunities from it.
Exactly, yeah, totally, 100%. I remember watching that Bobby Lashley Mike Bailey match though, and yeah, that's 100% one of those things. And that match was crazy. So yeah, I feel like I'm really in that boat.
So this match, do you recall if it kind of opened any more doors for you after the fact? Like what was kind of the reception from your peers and your friends after this match with Jay White?
Yeah, I remember getting messages from people and like before the match happened, obviously like, oh man, like you're wrestling Jay White, kind of thing. And I think people were really curious as to how it was going to go and how I was going to handle the match. But like I get really nervous for these matches, like I said before, but I always know in the back of my head that like things are going to be awesome, because like I said, I can adapt, and this is just what I love to do, and I've been doing it for almost 10 years now, so it's like I know things are going to be awesome when we get in. But yeah, like after we had the match, like I got a whole bunch of messages, a whole bunch of compliments, and even saw some comments online, saying like, Kevin Bennett, despite him being, an asshole or we hate him or whatever, the dude can hang and he can actually go. And I think I've seen a couple people even, doubt me from when I first started in Smash Wrestling, saying like, yeah, I wasn't really sold on this guy, but, he's really proved himself now. And, yeah, I've had like a couple. I think Alex Shelley was one person that reached out to me on Twitter, and I forget what the first message was. I think it was like, "Hey, you wrestled Jay White, thing, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, man." And I think he asked me to like send him the match, and I don't know where it ended up going after that, but I remember I just sent him the match, so I know he watched it and he was like interested in watching it. So that's when I knew. I was like, "All right." Some people are seeing that I'm doing some cool stuff out here. Guys like Adaptability, who I've, been grown up to watch. So.
Well, and that's the cool thing about it too, is it's sometimes all it takes is that one match to kind of have your name pop up on somebody else's radar. And like you said, who knows where you send the match to one person, who knows who else he's showing it to, who knows where else it's gone from there. But this was definitely a coming out party, if you will, for Kevin Bennett in this match. Now, you brought up your nerves coming into the match. Was there a point where the nerves just kind of went away and instinct kind of took over, or were you nervous throughout this whole match?
Oh, so yeah, I mean, it pretty much, this is how it goes every every match that I've ever been in, regardless if it's a huge show, regardless if wrestling in front of 2 people. The nervousness is absolutely crazy. I got a couple months ago. The barber ended up telling me that he saw gray hairs, and as soon as he said that, I knew that it was from wrestling because I have a crazy anxiety for wrestling. It's pretty much, I think, just a fear of not wanting to look stupid or mess up or piss people off. Even though I know that everything's going to be fine and this is what I love to do and everything's always great. But that's usually how these matches are, man, and especially with guys like him. And I've been in some pretty big matches. It's just like the follow-up, like the build to walking out of the curtain, man, is crazy. But it's like that second that I get through the curtain, it's gone. There's no... It's almost like it just wipes clean of my body. Like, it's just gone. I'm a totally different person the second that my body gets past the curtain. And then during the match, it's just like it's weird. It's like I'm in a dream almost. It's almost like not myself in a way. It's almost like I'm on autopilot kind of thing, like just working, so and after the bell rings and like the match ends, it's almost like I kind of come back into my body. I'm like, man, that was crazy, and then you go back through the curtain again, and you're just like, man, that shit was awesome. It's like doing drugs almost, like, really harsh way to put it, but it's crazy, man. Like, the buildup is just insane. The anxiety is just wild, but then it's just the snap of your fingers, it just disperses, and then
Well, it's an adrenaline rush. I completely understand that. It's almost like before the match starts, you're Kevin, and then as soon as you walk through the curtain, you're the remix, and that's just becomes who you are for that time being, for the duration of the match.
Yeah, like I mean, in the back one, it's leading up to the moments of making your entrance and things like that. You really question yourself sometimes, like, or even the night before, like a big show, like, man, am I really a professional wrestler? Like, am I really doing this? Like, I hope I don't screw up tomorrow, like things like that, like I just kind of get inside my own head a little bit too much. I don't know what it is. I think it just comes with being a performer. But yeah, like I said, man, it's like the nervousness is just gone as soon as I, start doing what I do.
Are you someone who regularly goes back and watches your matches, or do you kind of just like to let them be?
No, I do like to watch my matches. I like to see the progress and how I evolve over the years. And I'm really weird too. Like when it comes to watching some of my work, like even if it's like a song. I don't know. For example, like if you were to hit me up tomorrow and be like, "Hey man, I just watched you versus Mike Bailey. I really liked it," or whatever. Or even if you didn't like it. There's just something inside me that just kind of has to go to that video at that moment and just watch it myself. Like, I don't know what it is. It's like I just kind of have to like put myself in your shoes, I guess. It's really weird. It's a way that I kind of study myself, though, in a way. I don't know what it is. It's just a really weird part about me, and it's how I kind of get better. It's really random, though.
Well, it's part of your process. I get that.
Exactly. So, I watch my stuff here and there, especially if people are about it. Then I'll go back and watch some stuff.
How many times would you say you've seen this match then?
Oh, definitely like 20 times at least.
Is it like in terms of opponents that you've had in Smash Wrestling? Where does Jay White rank? Is he kind of toward? I assume he's towards the top.
100%. Yeah, he's towards the top. Yeah, there's guys that you'll like matches together with, and you're just like kind of mind blown. During the whole, formulating process, you're just like, man, this guy is good. I don't know if I'll ever be this good, kind of thing. He's 100% one of the best wrestlers in the world, that I've ever worked with. and it obviously shows, you know. But yeah, it's just like, you know, picking his brain and learning from him, man. Like you totally can just tell by the way he talks and, you know, how he's formulating things.
Well, yeah, and I think it's the Kevin Bennett that walked into this match and the Kevin Bennett that walked out of the match are definitely two different performers. Because I think, like I said, it's partially because of what you learn against an opponent like a Jay White, but it's also partially because of the confidence boost you get after being through a match with someone like a Jay White. As we see him, he gets the win here in this match. Would you like to do this one again with him to try to get that monkey off your back?
I think so, yeah. I also really like Jay White as a person. He reached out after the Buffalo Brothers car accident and everything. He's reached out to me actually a couple times since this whole match over the years. And yeah, I just think he's a great person as well. So I would love to do it again. It'd be awesome.
I think I speak for everybody saying that we'd love to see it again. Kevin, thanks so much, man, for hanging out with us today, taking some time out of your day to do this with us. It was a pleasure, man.
Yeah, thanks a lot, dude. Hope you're doing well.